Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to probably the last episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, back from the sewers on the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. And here we have another vehicle-based level, as you can tell, quite similar to the one we saw in Turtles in Time on the arcade version and the Super Nintendo version, I think, yeah. They're not exactly the exact same game. But this area reminds me a lot of the sewers. And yeah, here we have spiky balls that appear from under the water. They pop up all of a sudden. That's a big challenge here. And it was just a matter of time for me to take a hit. I was going through the middle all the time. So repeated strategy would eventually fail. Oh my god, no more caves. At least I don't want to see more Mousers. Right, you have to be careful in this section because these lasers are going to appear. The faster you walk, or yeah, the faster you try to go, the more lasers will show on your way. So basically you have to take your time while walking, go step by step, little by little, and have enough time to react against the laser and avoid it. And here we have the Mousers I definitely do not love. It's a generator, so they will never stop appearing, but what you have to do here is basically to find the right time. Timing-based strategy. Not my favorite thing to do, but yeah, you have to find the right time. Dude, how am I supposed to avoid that? Even if I duck, as you could see there, I wouldn't be able to avoid the laser. Okay, that was my mistake. And now we have some pizza. It's fair. We're getting to the tank. Oh, the Technodrome as such, right? Sounds like I'm about to fight a boss. And it's the Stone Soldier again, but now it's gonna change his attack. Basically, three balls as he is moving forward. And then he's gonna attack you 3 times in as a boulder. Oh yeah, this time he's not gonna move forward through the conveyor belts, but in the next attempt he will move, so actually, as you can tell right here, it's more difficult to avoid his attack. In the next attempt, of course, it will be easier, just you have to care about avoiding those balls or bullets or whatever they are supposed to be. Last hit. I actually didn't find any good method to avoid that. Okay, more of those light guys. They look like cameras, and okay. Yeah, I think it was a better idea to die. You basically here have 4 lives in total. Because one of your partners gets captured, gets imprisoned. So the next one has to go on, well, depending on your choice. But as I said a couple of times in previous parts, I don't see big differences skill-wise between the different turtles. Of course, they are supposed to be different characters of the series. They are supposed to have different weapons, but in terms of effectivity of such, or effectiveness rather, of such weapons and major differences of other controls, I don't see any, to be honest. And finally, we have these annoying enemies from other games. Put some electricity and everything. Alright, these things again. Let's try to time the... Of course, I saw this thing coming. Guy shooting missiles. Alright, it's just a matter of timing their jump, but... Again, I mean, as you can tell here, I have to jump and kill immediately the guy in midair. Because you don't want me to land and then try to avoid it again, making infinite jumps. I do have to kill him eventually, so I prefer to do it right away, or at least as soon as I can before he shoots again. That was pretty close. You have a couple of, I would say, 1 second to react. How can I hit the guy without getting hit myself? I don't think there is a way, so yeah, I took the hit. I decided to take the hit. Now we're going through elevator again, yeah. Another generic elevator scene. It's exactly the same as the other one. It could be more difficult, who knows. But so far it looks exactly the same. Same pattern. Even the same amount of enemies, I would say. I haven't counted them, of course. I'm not that much of a nerd. But you may have an idea that this is not harder than the previous one. Just applying the cliché. Alright, this section was probably a little bit longer than the other one, even if it just finished. So I don't see the big difference right now. Alright, is it boss time? It's Krang again. That's sort of a cutscene anyway. That wasn't my fault. And he saved his ass. Well, more of this. I totally didn't enjoy the level featuring this little puzzle kind of thing. It's not a puzzle, it's some labyrinth. Quite simple to solve if you know what kind of walls you are dealing with. Well, I don't have to go through walls, basically climb up or climb down, depending. More elevator? Oh well. Oh, here we go. Shredder again. This time he's not running stupidly. I mean, it still looks very awkward, but... in that first fight, he was like running, reminding me of that "She's a Maniac" song. Put that song with that running, and it suits. And now he's using a little knife. I don't know. Doesn't look like a big ass word. Alright, I can tell the pattern. Doing ninja shit. Well, I am ninja too, and I can do that crap. Regardless, you can guess, and you have to avoid an attack real quick. And once you do, you can attack him back. Alright, that wasn't that difficult. So I'm not done yet? Who am I fighting now? Super Shredder? That's from Turtles in Time, right? Okay, the flying assholes. Yeah, they're gonna continuously appear on the screen, so I don't have so much opportunities here other than just go on and wait for them to attack me back in order to, you know, just get rid of them as soon as I can. Not necessarily kill them, but at least wait for them to attack me and make the right decision. Okay, right there I needed to slide, because it's impossible to go through there walking and without taking a hit, so you are forced to use other controls different from walking, which is kind of smart still. Right now I'm about to die. Alright, here's these bullets. Basically just have to jump after that little light appears on the background. Just jump forward, I guess. Not gonna make so much of a difference, and more... Alright, no more elevator sequence, that would be a bit too much. Okay, who am I fighting now? Oh, it's actual Krang. Okay, so that little thing after all was Krang. I was doubtful. But yeah. And even the music is the one from the arcade game. So even if this is supposed to be a completely different game and not necessarily a direct port of any of the arcade or console games, it takes a lot of things out of those games. So you might, of course, encounter lots of similarities. It's the same company that makes the game, so of course all of these Ninja Turtles games back in the day were made by Konami until Ubisoft, I think, took the rights. Or at least they shared the rights at some point. This boss is probably the easiest of the entire game. Basically you have to corner yourself, wait for the enemy, and then you're gonna make some jumps going to the very corner of the screen, then you have to move a little bit. So that's why I didn't take a single hit, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I already rescued April on the previous stage, so right now just beat the enemy, destroy the Technodrome, or escaped from it. So yeah, there is nothing else to add, I guess. It was an enjoyable game, I guess. Very hard at the end, anyway, with a couple of unenjoyable levels, I have to say, but the rest is just fine. In the future, I guess I'll be doing the third Ninja Turtles game, which is, I think, I don't remember playing much of it, but it kind of reminds me more of a traditional 2.D perspective for a beat-em-up, more than a beat-em-up slash platformer like this one is, from what I can tell. Same thing with the first one. Yeah, during the week you will see other project coming up, another arcade game that I want to do with commentary. You will see I don't want to spoil so much. Even if they are old games, I still want to keep some degree of surprise for my viewers. And remember, this is also going to be available on g2po.com, so please, people who are watching from there, stay tuned, and if you have questions, suggestions, comments in general, please let me know. But yeah, that's what's coming up. More classics, more ROM hacks, and other stuff. So thanks a lot for watching. See you later.